Hi, this is not a game dev vlog, and this is Nine Kings, a new roguelike city builder strategy game. So I've been playing some runs on my own and it's really fun. It's actually quite close, well, not at all, but in some ways close to an idea I've been working on in my free time, especially just really short turns. So sometimes it glitches, but it's in early access. I'll post a link. Not sure if you saw those glitches, but also I'm on a Mac with a huge resolution, so also one of the most annoying computers to develop for, I think. So this is basically the starting deck, and this is our role. So there's 9 kings. This is the King of Blood, so I've unlocked a couple. I'll play on the second difficulty. There are, I don't know, I unlocked 4 so far. Difficulties, so let me show you the game. So one run is about, so these glitches of course are not part of the game. One run is about 20 minutes, which I already enjoy. It's not PvP, it is playing versus, I think it's not PvP, but you're playing against the computer, and basically each turn you draw a card onto your grid. So this is our starting building. That depends of course on which king you are. So now we are the red king, which is like the hell king. So we just can drop it anywhere in this grid and it makes a building which summons imps. I haven't played this king yet, but you can get cards of other kings, so I have played some of the cards. And then we have 3 cards, and we can, so this is just the start, and then we can build one of those, and then we go into the auto battle. So we need something that has units. So let's do the bomber runs towards enemy and explodes a dealing area damage. So let's put that somewhere here. It doesn't matter too much. It immediately, I already like this, jumps into battle. I'll start with the normal playing speed. And we have won. Okay. So there's nothing to do in the battle, and that's basically the whole loop. So now we pick our loot, which depends on the type of opponent. So earlier in the intro you saw the 3 kings cards we can face. So this is the red, this is gray. So we can also build something gray or go full on the red. Let's just take the pagoda here also to show. So we can also upgrade. So I can now, these 2 cards I already had, and I have one more. Could also sell, but that's not good right now. I can drop this, and because this is the base castle, I cannot build another one, but I can drop on top to upgrade, and most items can have 3 upgrades or 2 upgrades, so 3 levels. And I think these are the imps summoned by my pagoda, so we still easily win. It's not too difficult of a game. I haven't lost once, even though I kept increasing the difficulty, but it's very chill that you basically just make one choice and then see a battle. That's the part I was thinking about in my current hobby project game as well. So now we get part from the blue king, which is the starting king, the most basic king. We can also reroll, of course. So let's see. Attack damage is very nice. Adding troops as well, but I think this build already has a lot of troops, so I think I'll take blacksmith. Healing, not too interested. And I think I'll put a cemetery in the middle, so I can summon even more. So I think the whole thing of this King of Blood, I think it's called, is just having insane amounts of units. I can, when the battles take too long, I can speed it up a bit, but for now I think it's fine. So we can get more bomber. This is some XP. Destroy target plot to level up adjacent spot. I could also take that. I think that might be better because I'm not too married with this cemetery. So I can sacrifice the cemetery and upgrade 2 tiles. So now I have the level 3 pagoda and a level 2 bomber. And I think this animation looks a lot like Crops, which also is a very fun game. So I think this 9 Kings game is already very popular, but also if you love that game, check out Crops by a much smaller developer, Bokery, which is asynchronous multiplayer, which I enjoy a lot, but similar battle phases, I think. So we can choose Earthworks. I do not know all the card yet, but you also probably do not know it, so I'll read them out loud. Unlock targets adjacent plots. Target cards return to your hand, so I can also increase the grid where I can build, basically. Then I can build a ballista, which is some ranged troops, or a multi-projectile tower. And I think, per construction. Well, I'm not planning to build a lot of constructions, so maybe I'll go with the ballista here. And then there's also, yeah, these are, so they are royal decrees, but they are like artifacts which end up here. So I can unlock 3 plots. Bombers have their attack range area doubled. So I used to only get the blue decrease, but now I see this one first. Increase the damaging range of area attacks by 30%. So I think that's strictly better. Well, not strictly better than this, but almost better than this. But I also like these plots. So now you see I have more places to build. I think I'll put the blacksmith and start still buffing already these 2 tiles. So you see they got the plus 2% damage, which is not a lot, but we are in year 5, so each turn is basically a year. And the goal is to reach year 33, I think. Wild card, very good card, because it's just a free upgrade. Not even sure if I want to use it now. Because I think, well, maybe I can yeah, still go all in on these items. So maybe I'll do upgrade the blacksmith here, because of course the earlier you use it, the more it will stack. We're still winning easily. I think I'm gonna speed up the battle a little bit. Trebuchet, maybe here we re-roll. I'm not too interested in any of these. I've never been really into money issues. And then we can get a second ballista or the cauldron, which I also really like, because it gives poison damage to units. So maybe I'll get the cauldron. Now, of course, there's also events. We could show you that in the top map, which I'll show later. But there's a blessing. My lord, the prophet has foreseen a blessing in 9 years. And this is random blessing baby boom. If you have a troop card on the target plot by the year of the prophecy, it will double its number of units. And it's this tile, so in 9 years, so on year 16, it's always year 16, because this is the map. The thing that's here will double its units if it's a troop. And I think you can see it like this. Oh yeah, it even says so. This is a troop. This is an enchantment that you can put onto troops. And this is a building. So I think I'll just block this here. I've now sped up the battle a bit. Let me get another wild card. So what was that with the imps left? Not sure how it's decided how many imps it summons. So I might put the cauldron here to give them both poison. So it looks kind of scary, but we still win. But maybe it's good to have some more units. Add 2 damage to all towers. I think we take another ballista. And here's another event, Diplomat, my lord. It is time to wage war against another king. So basically we can choose another king that gets added to the pool of opponents, which also means it gets added to the pool of cards we can get as loot. So I'll choose the purple king of spells. So these are now our 4 opponents. We could upgrade something or play another ballista. So we are still with very little units actually. So let's see if we can still win. We have this range unit and then these basically suicide units. So I'm feeling more wildcard, but now I basically think I have too much wildcards, because of course I also have to build something and I still have this wildcard left. But a soldier is not too interesting, and an archer is also not too interesting. So I think I still take the wild card and hope to face, well, we will face the purple king next, I think that means. It's not possible to get that back. So what do we want to level up? Maybe the cauldron. This is level, or maybe the bombers. Both are level 2. Or maybe I'll level up the blacksmith even more. A bit greedy perhaps, but we are scaling nicely. Is it enough? I think these white things are the imps from my starting pagoda. So now we get purple. Shaman, buffs allies. Don't think I even have ever had this one. Buffs allies attack damage based on its own damage. Very nice, because we have already damage scaling. Unit, this is a enchantment. Unit causes damage equal to 20% of its attack when it kills an enemy. Would go very well maybe with the bombers. Heals your units that are close to death during battle. So I think I will go for the shaman. And then we are in the shop. So you have different types of shop. This is apparently the sage shop, which gives enchantments. We have 80 gold, we can buy anything we want, and we can play everything we even have to play everything we buy here immediately. At least we have to end up with 2 cards. And we don't have to buy anything, so let's see what we have. Reinforce. Unit gains plus 1% when every plot levels up. Any plot levels up. Steel coat cancels the first hit. This is quite strong with the bombers. Combustion. We just had that. Static for some lightning chain damage. Sacrifice and Midas touch. So I am interested in the steel coat, and I think I'll leave it there. And I'll give these bombers steel coat, so that means that they will survive 1 more hit at least. And then let's build the shaman, and let's start scaling that one too. So I think we have a bit of a glass cannon build going on, but for now we are good. Was this the blacksmith? Yeah, but it's already fully leveled up. So we can add a farm, which gives us extra units. I could put that here, or just the scout tower. I think I'll go for a farm. Oh yeah, this event means we can unlock another plot with also some glitchy stuff. And because I'm going to place the farm here, I think I'll unlock this plot. And that means we get extra units for these tiles. We are on year 12. They have a very long cooldown. So this was quite scary, I think. Well, not scary, but a very slow battle at least. We can increase cauldron or add a trebuchet. I think I like the trebuchet, and I'll just put it in the back. I don't think the position matters much. Could have also unlocked something here for more poison damage. Wait 1 second, can I go back? Yes. Yeah, I think that's good. A lot of imps again. Now we have a bit of an easier win. And finally we get this imp, which is just a lot more units, which I think is very good to take here. So I'll take that. And then we get another decree. Summons are 50% stronger. I think only these imps from the pagoda count as summons. Bombers have their attack range area doubled, which is still very good. Increase the attack of all your units and towers by 30%. I think I'm going full glass cannon build, and I'll add the imps here so they can get increased by the farm. And these imps are also just like rush cannon fodder type units. But we are a lot stronger than before. At least we are winning a lot faster than before. So did we have a scout tower? I already forgot. No, this is the trebuchet. So basically we don't need anything of this. So let's reroll here. And take the farm. Means we get one more unit each turn. So these, is this the trebuchets or are these the bombers? Not even sure. They do a lot of damage in the first turn and then they also have a long cooldown. So now we get more purple, which is new for me. Offering, I think there are 9 cards per king. And then you also have the, or maybe that includes the enchantments, not 100% sure. Destroy target plot to receive 3 random tome cards. Not sure what that means. Not even sure what the word tome means. Unit causes, yeah, we had that one. Spire. Maybe we can, well, glass cannon, maybe we just ignore healing as well, right? Destroy target plot to receive 3 random tome cards. So am I going to check this out? So which thing am I willing to? Maybe I'll destroy the imps and see what happens. So this is a tome. And a tome, I think, yeah, it's just a one-time usage card, which is not a building, not an enchantment. So kind of fun. We can add 9 units to some troop. And we have to end with 2 cards, so we have to play all of this. Destroy target, we can also sell for 9. Destroy target plot to level up to random plots, so I can destroy more plots, and I will do that, I think. But first I have to build a plot that I am willing to destroy. Clone the card of the selected plot. That's really good. It is also just a free level up, I think. So what do we want to level up? Maybe the farm here. Oh, that means I can build a new plot. So it's not a level up because I can also clone it. So that's very good, I think. I can use that here. Build the bomber here. I could decide to destroy it. I think I will, because that means we get 2 more upgrades. So basically all this hassle was done to get 2 random level ups. But that is quite nice. And then we can add 9 more units. I think this is my strongest one. So now I have learned what tome means. Is tome just like the big book? Yeah, I think it is, right? So you have tomb with a B on the end and then tome, like the big magic book. We can get another wild card, but we have to have more units. So maybe I'll just add some paladin. Baby boom. Oh yeah, we doubled that one. That was the blessing. So let's add some paladin here. Start recruiting those. It's funny that now they are red because I used to play with the blue king, which has the paladins in its base pack, but they just change colors. So we can improve, level up shaman if it's not leveled up fully, no. Or library every year has a 50% chance of duplicating an enchantment of 1 adjacent troop. I don't have any enchantments, but this is probably going to pop off if you plan around it with the purple king. And then we have the ranged troop cast powerful attacks at a slow rate. Could also be nice, but where would we put it? We want to put it here or here, I think. So maybe I didn't place these buffing buildings very wisely. So I'll take the shaman, increase that. So it is a bit hard, of course. That's the downside, I think, with these kind of games. It is very fun to just see the battle play out, but it's quite hard to follow actually what's happening and what works and what doesn't work. But it is a lot of fun, but I have no idea whether this shaman is doing any good. Of course, if you haven't spotted it already, you can see the damage, which is really nice that each unit does. So these 2 are my best units. The shaman did not do any damage because it only buffs. So maybe that's even harder to track. And somehow these paladins also didn't do any damage. Maybe they didn't even reach the target in time. But this is a fun addition. But it does not track the damage that the shamans gave to the others. And now we get more of the gray ones. Did we have the ballista? No, we had a trebuchet, right? So earthworks. So if we have a level 1 that we do not mind breaking, we can unlock more spots, but I don't think that's the case. Not sure what the wall is for. I think it builds a wall around your whole grid, and I think that's when the enemy kills all my units, they can basically charge my castle. So, well, that's not gonna happen. So I'll re-roll for the trebuchet or something else. The flamethrower or the cauldron. I'll upgrade the cauldron. The flamethrower is really fun, by the way. I had it in a previous build, but I'm not going to show this now. So I think I either want to... Yeah, I am going to upgrade the cauldron, so let's just unlock this tile. So I can put one more... what's it called? Unit here. So look at this first hit. So we basically two-shot that. We can do another thing with the offering. We don't have to do it immediately, of course, and get more tome cards, which I really enjoyed. So that means I have to play the Purple King. I haven't unlocked it, I think. Or I can re-roll. A Warlock. Sturdy troop that deals melee area damage. Also looks very nice, right? Melee area damage together with poison. So what is this first charge? It's probably the bombers, right? That just immediately get rid of half the enemy team. I'll slow it down next battle so I can try to check it. Not interested in sacrificing anymore. Maybe I'll add vampirism on the new warlock, I think it was called. Movement speed upgrade is very nice. Don't have a lot of critical damage, I think. All active allied troops are replaced with level 3 imps. Just on start of battle, I think that's a bit too much. So I think I can, or maybe... Yeah, they have so much more damage than health that I don't think they will ever stay alive. Anyway, so maybe that's a bad take there. But I'll upgrade the bombers. So I really enjoy the fact that it just jumps into battle. You don't even have to press play and it's in the same screen. But also sometimes it's just too fast. I still wanted to study what was happening there. But yeah, it's clear that the bombers are my main damage doers. If you look at that, 2000 damage compared to the other ones. This one didn't even do any damage and this one neither. So maybe they're just really too slow. Adds 2 damage to all towers. Trebuchet. So let's just upgrade the trebuchet. I do have enough spots, but still. And also it really doesn't do a lot. So these are my bombers. They just go in and wreck havoc. Steel coat is good. But I think they already had steel coat. Can you do it twice? Or upgrade the farm one more time? Yeah, let's upgrade the farm. And then the diplomat says we can remove an enemy king. So I think I'll remove the King of Stone, because that's something I do not use a whole lot of. Or do I? So this is the King of Nothing, I think, even though the color is a bit off here. So maybe I'll get rid of that, because also not too happy with those takes. I think that's the most important decision, but maybe it's also who we are weak against. But I think I'm looking more at it in terms of what upgrades will I get. Let's speed up the fights again. Of course, here in the bottom you can see the units. I think the cemetery, do we have a good place for it? We could place it here. Yeah, I think we are going to take oh, I could have re-rolled. Maybe that was better, but let's just add the cemetery here. So that means they will get resummoned as imps. Not sure it makes too much difference. A really quick one there. So this is all the bombers doing the work. Library. Okay, so I think we will destroy the cemetery again. And now we are in the shop with the warmonger, which gives us troops. That was the name I was looking for, not units, troops. So are we interested in anything? I don't think so. Maybe I'll add the elf. Yeah, leave. So let's remove this. Spend 30 gold to increase every stat of a troop or tower by 15%. So we are definitely going to, it's good name, overinvest in this. And do it one more time. So this card is so good that it also uses gold, but I don't care. I think this is fully maxed out, but we are going to play the elf somewhere. Doesn't matter where. Currently we cannot put it anywhere where it gets a buff, so let's just put it in the back. And then what's not fully upgraded yet? Let's just upgrade the ballista here. I think that also does a very good starting shot. Okay, we are a little bit overpowered, it seems. Let's just keep buffing this bomber squad. But now we saw that the ballistas also did 4k damage just on the early, the first shot. But actually, we also got destroyed almost. We only had 8 units left, so it's really the glass cannon build. Adds 2 damage to power. That's not too interesting, so let's reroll once, and then the reroll gets more expensive, so we're not going to reroll again. And maybe I'll just build the wall to see, because I don't think there's anything else. But maybe I'm not sure what I had in my deck left. Let's build next to the cauldron here for some more. So in this case, somehow the ballistas didn't do a lot. So not sure what makes the difference. But let's build the wall. Maybe it helps, but I think only this does damage outside of our troops. So that was another quick battle. Let's just up. Oh, maybe we'll add static to the bombers. Just keep stacking all these enchantments. So we are going to see some of these. Well, are we going to see it even? Some of this spread damage. Reroll once. So did we have imps now? No. Maybe go for... Oh, misclick. I wanted cemetery. Not sure which I got. Receive 9 free rerolls. Bombers have their attack range doubled, so now I do have to take... I didn't even read the last one. And I'll put... Oh, I'll put this one here, I thought. But I'll put it here. Back again. So these are real quick battles. Either we die really quick or we win really quick. So let's add more static. Everything on this bomber unit. Year 30, so we're quite close to the end boss. 10,000 damage with one unit. Let's do another reroll. Maybe just add bombers. Trebuchet. Well, it's already fully leveled up. Vault beacon. Attack speed to adjacent plots. Well, where would we put it? I think we are almost full. So these are all buildings. Demon altar. Yeah, I think that's decent. I had a good run with the demon altar. It's a bit random to add it, but I think for 30 gold I cannot ignore it. So I put the demon altar. Oh, always press the wrong button here. Put the demon altar. So I'll add the bombers here that they also get poison. just random stack of bombers and then at the demon altar here. We're close to the last battle. Haven't played infinite mode, but that's not something I enjoy most of the time. So we are again way too strong. Add more static. We are just rushing the enemy here, so I'm not sure how much balancing they will do. I assume a lot because it's really just in early access. But also it's just fun to ruin opponents, right? But I think it also helps a lot when they can find a way to balance this for more long-term enjoyment. Area damage turret. I'm not going to build something new, so maybe upgrade my cemetery. And now we are in the final battle. The King of Spells is leading this final battle and we have to play all our cards, which is kind of fun. Of course, sometimes you cannot play and then you can just sell. So let's just put everything on this. Let's have a final look at this before we go into battle. 270 damage and 1.3 hits per second. And then all these enchantments. Let me put it in normal speed so we can enjoy it. So now we get the huge end boss. It's a magic one. But I don't think this will be a huge issue. And that's it. So our kingdom has thrived. Bit of a weird name, but we press start to another run to see the results. So I played for 30 minutes, maybe because I was talking a lot. And there's also, not sure what the name is, but you can unlock some starting boons. Maybe that will help us survive in the higher difficulties, but this is not too easy. And then we see our other stats. So this final bomber troop did 16,000 damage in only one fight. So I think I'll leave it for here. I had a lot of fun. Hope you liked it. So if you did, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. And in any case, thanks for watching.